What's up everybody, this is Pallet Town Smeargle, and today we have our first battle in the RU tier. We're rocking our GameFreak team that we built. If you want more details about the team, go ahead and check out the team builder in the description below. But looking at our opponent's team, stealth rocks are going to be really important to kind of cripple that pincer and that hurt that Typhlosion. So I'm going to go ahead and lead off with Bronze on to not only set up the screens, or set up those rockets, but set up the screens as well. Let's see, our opponent here, Typhlosion, Lapras, Claydol. That's probably screens and stealth rocks himself, so wouldn't be surprised if he beats off with it. Ah, he predicted the lead. Well, this is our special wall, which is kind of disconcerting, because this thing can just body us with one shot. However, putting up rocks is going to be very important, but I kind of want to predict the fire-type move to go out to Amololola, the Heartfish. So we're going to switch out here to Amololola to take the obvious fire-type attack. We're going to get some... I'm going to go ahead and protect here to get a little bit more recovery, and also to kind of see if this thing is choiced. He goes for Eruption again, that's going to tell me he's choiced. And based on how much damage that one did already, he might stick and go for it again. But I'm going to go for Protect here just to be safe, get off some recovery. He switches out, we get recovery, and he's going to switch out into the Torterra. Protect is going to fail, we're going to get some recovery back. And because we are physically, we're not at full health, so I don't think we can take an incoming C-bomb from this thing. So I'm actually going to switch out into my Hitmontop to Intimidate off on this thing and run its attack. Because I don't want Amololola getting hit with a C-bomb. So we don't want to get hit by... and if he switches out, we'll get Intimidate off on something else. And that'll be just fine. I think Hitmontop can definitely take the C-bomb from the Torterra. Torterras aren't the most physically powerful things. They do pack a good punch, but I think Hitmontop can live it. We'll get an Intimidate off, we'll be able to maybe get the takeout damage off on this thing, and we'll be having a good time. We still need to get our rock set up, because also looking at that Lapras, it's going to do some chunk to that too, because it is the ice type. And fire, ice, flying, bug. Yeah, fire, ice, flying, and bug. I'll take 25% when, ooh! Is this rock polish weakness policy set I see here? Is this a rock polish weakness policy Torterra? Did you really go for the rock polish when I was in with Amololola? I could have ice beamed you. I mean, maybe predict the switch, but dang. Okay, and you switch right out. You're getting rid of your rock polish. Huh. Did you predict the... maybe he predicted the, earthquake or something. I don't know. That made no sense to me. Generally, everybody, when you go ahead and take the opportunity to set up, unless you're in a bad matchup, which, unless you thought that I got Fire Punch or something, you want to stay in. I am going to feel free to just go for the Ice Beam here. On this Claydol. Oh, that's right, we have Regenerator. I almost forgot. I looked at our health bar and I was like, oh, we got our health back. How did we do that? Ice City, Lapras is going to come in, it's going to take that very well. That was a crit and it did 2%. Yeah. I'm going to look through my team here and see if anybody needs... Nobody really needs any healing, so I'm actually going to go back out to my Bronze Zone here to try to set up the rocks again. Because we can take a hit from this Lapras, and we actually have Gyro Ball on this. So after we get our rocks set up, I'm not really going to worry too much about screens in this match. Freeze Dry. We're going to resist that. He's not going to get the freeze pack, and I'm going to go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks. Claydol could be packing Rapid Spin. Looking at his team, he probably did bring a rapid spinner, and I think Playdoll does get rapid spin, which means it's probably Stealth Rock, Scream, and rapid spin support, which just means it's a very supportive mon, which is good, But we're either going to force the switch into the Typhlosion. Yeah, here comes the Typhlosion. We're going to get our rocks up, which is really good. And then, again, with the Typhlosion being in here, I'm going to, actually, no, we cannot take an eruption. We have to go back out into Elomalola to take an eruption, because we know that's the tank coming, so we want to take out the Tornadon. Out comes the Torterra, take damage. Elomalola comes in. He knows we're rocking Ice Beam, so he might just go for Seed Bomb here. He does go for Seed Bomb. I'm actually going to go back out into Hitmontop. This is going to be a bit of a long battle. There's a lot of switches, a lot of things that need to be done here, but our strategy from the get-go was get Stealth Rocks up and start doing chip damage on his team. So again, he switches in that Playdoll, and he knows full well that I pass the, yeah, I'm gonna fake this thing out just to kind of get a rapid spin block, and then I'm gonna go out to my Cofagrigus, because if he does try to go for rapid spin will get blocked by the Cofagrigus. He won't spin the rocks away because he doesn't make contact with my Pokemon. So instead of taking this opportunity to spin the rocks off our field, because nothing on our team really has a weakness to rocks. The only reason I wanted a spinner on this team is for late game to get rid of that chip damage when it can really matter. And Hitmontop's really good at that because of the Intimidate. It kind of fills two spots. You see right there, that's why I switched out to a Ghost type Pokemon. With a Ghost type Pokemon like that on our team, we're able to take that rapid spin to the bank. He doesn't get the rocks off his side of the field. So Cofagrigus is a great check when you see an opponent's if you bring, sorry, let me collect my thoughts for a second. If you bring Pokemon that have, or a team that relies on having a lot of entry hazards set up, you know, so you bring a Sticky Web team, or a team that needs Stealth Rock chip damage to kind of go off with this team, or, you know, if you just want to rock out with like, Stealth Rocks and all that kind of stuff, you want to make sure you bring Pokemon that you want to bring a Ghost type Pokemon to block those impending rapid spins. So right here, he sends out his Pinsir, and I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Like I said in one of the earlier videos, I don't like hitting the cancel button. And looking at it now, he might have baited that Will-O-Wisp. Kind of wish I'd gone for it first and then gone for the setup, but that's okay. I wasn't predicting the Pinsir to come in. X-Scissor, we're gonna resist that. It's gonna get mummied, and we're gonna get the burn off on this thing, so that's gonna cripple that Pinsir. We are way out in front in this battle. I'm actually gonna take this opportunity to set up another Calm Mind because there's not much this Pinsir is gonna be able to do to us. X-Scissor seems to be his strongest move, and sorry about that, my phone went off, but alright, out comes this Typhlosion. We set up a second Calm Mind, which is pretty much going to guarantee that we're going to limit hit from this Typhlosion. So I'm going to go ahead and launch a Shadow Ball his way because he has nothing on his team that really wants to take it. Maybe that Machoke will take a Shadow Ball. But once we take out this Typhlosion, we can actually kind of Will-O-Wisp the rest of his team. Extra Sensory is not going to do a lot. Shadow Ball is going to take out the Typhlosion. We might actually be in here now for the rest of the game with Cofagrigus set up. We'll see what our opponent does. We're pretty well in this battle, and we're pretty, I would say we're pretty well ahead. That's my personal opinion on this. So, hopefully our opponent does not DC on us here. I'm going to go ahead. I know a knockoff is kind of incoming, but like I said before, I don't want to waste this setup. And if he does knock off our Cofagrigus, that's fine. I don't think it'll one-shot us because of how physically bulky Cofagrigus naturally is. In comes the knockoff, we live it, that's fine. You get mummy ability, and we burn you. So, there's not much this thing can do to hit us with, so I'm just going to go for another Shadow Ball. I would say it's pretty certain we're gonna take this one home. I don't want to make any predictions like that right off the bat. Yeah, knockoff is not gonna kill us. Shadow Ball is gonna take him down to 1. So we're down in burn range. Let's see. Knockoff is 16%, so we will live it. Unless he gets a crazy high roll. So I'm just gonna go ahead and launch another Shadow Ball his way. If he does take us out, he'll die to burn damage, and I'm fine trading off top of Regis at this point. Because the rest of our team is pretty much set up to take him down. We have Hidden Power Ice on our Jolteon, which can actually come in, take out that Claydol, take out that Torterra, you know, do some really crazy stuff. So right here, I'm going to go into... He did take down our Rapid Spin check, which is fine. Predicting him to go out into the Claydol, I'm actually going to go out into my Jolteon, because we will outspeed. We should be able to get a Hidden Power Ice off on this Claydol, which will do some serious damage. Out comes the Pinsir, though, which is very interesting. I think he's gonna see that I'm in here with this Jolteon and either switch out to one of his 2 Ground-type Pokemon. So I'm gonna go ahead and Hidden Power Ice, because it still should do a good chunk to this Pinsir. The only check he has for this Jolteon right now actually is that Pinsir, which is gonna die to burn here. Wow, that close combat did a ton. Even burned, that close combat did 59, 60%. So, yeah, wow. So let's see what our opponent goes into. The only thing he can do right now is go into Lapras. If he goes into Lapras, we're going to have to switch out, which is kind of a pain in the butt. It'll reveal we're Choice Scarf, which will mean we'll have to bring... Out comes the Torterra, which means I'm going to go ahead and go for another Hidden Power Ice, because there's no way we don't no way we're going to get outsped by this thing, and we should take it down. Torterra does not have a whole lot of special moves. Yeah, so, and it's 4 times weak to ice. So, that crit may have mattered, but I doubt it. So yeah, let's see what our opponent goes into. I would not be surprised if they left right now, because there's not really much they can do to this team. Out comes the Claydol. I'm going to Hidden Power Ice. We have another check to that Lapras in our Hitmontop, because we do have the Fighting type stab with close combat. That should just immediately take out. Wow, that didn't do a lot. Earth Power is going to take us out. That's fine with me. I am going to... I'm actually going to try this now. I'm going to go out to Slurpuff. I'm going to yawn this Claydol to put it to sleep. And I'm going to try to set up a Belly Drum and see what happens. That was our other plan. Our 2 plans for this team were set up with... There's one plan, it was set up. That was our plan. That was our plan, and we kind of accomplished it. So I'm going to go ahead and yawn, because I know the Rapid Spin's coming in. It's not going to do a whole lot. And then we can go ahead and set up a Belly Drum here on this Claydol, either switching out or falling asleep, and then we should be good. We should be good to go. Yeah, this was a really good battle. It was pretty quick paced, aside from I think the first 6 or 7 turns were literally just switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But it pays to show you that goes to show like the power of switches like that, the power that switching has in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead. I know we're at 55%, but I'm gonna go ahead and Belly Drum, which will bring us down pretty low. And then Citrus Berry will pop and hopefully take us back up. He might take us out, which would kind of suck. But if he does, he does, and we'll end up putting this thing to sleep. We max out our attack, we eat our Citrus Berry, Psychic comes in and does take us out. That was a misplay on my part, but now that this Claydol is asleep, I feel comfortable just going into Bronzong here. Honestly, setting up screens and just going and just spamming Gyro Ball until we take out the rest of our opponent's team. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up that light screen, because light screen is gonna be the more effective one against our opponent's team. Because we saw the freeze dry and the Lapras, which tells me it's a special attacker. So Claydol's asleep. I'm gonna set up a light screen, and then I'm just gonna go for Gyro Ball. And we did see we're slower. Probably not a whole lot slower, but based on the fact that a Jolteon's Hidden Power Ice, which is super effective, did about 30-some% to that thing. Gyro Ball is gonna really hurt this Lapras. So we're pretty much in here with Bronzong. It's gonna be kind of interesting to see if Bronzong can actually take down the rest of our opponent's team. Goes for the heal bell, that's fine. Go ahead and wake up your sleeping Claydol. I don't really mind. We're gonna cripple if we can get one more Gyro Ball off on this Lapras. Lapras is kind of dead on switch in, actually. Almost. It'll take 25%. Yeah, it'll take 25% from rocks, which will leave it at 19. No, it'll leave it at 11%, which means pretty much any attack will kill it except for an Ice Beam from. Resto Love? Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna go for another Gyro Ball. There's not really much this Lapras can do for its rocking power to the ground. So this is kind of interesting. The tides of the battle have turned a little bit from where I said we kind of had it on lock, to where my opponent can kind of, I think he's going to try to burn out our Gyro Balls, but for me that's kind of okay because we do have our close combating Hitmontop in the back, so we should be alright. But our opponent's playing pretty well when it's down to the wire like this, and we made some critical misplays with Slurpuff, letting Slurpuff go down like that. Kind of really hurt our team, kind of really hurt our chances. He's probably going to go for another rest here, considering 2 more Gyro Balls will take him out. If he goes ahead and rests, that's quite alright, because it'll mean this Lapras is asleep when it comes back in. Yeah, he is going to rest. I'm going to hit this thing with a Gyro Ball. I don't know, maybe we can crit. Nope, no crit. I'm actually going to set up the Reflect here, just because I think that'll be the last turn of Light Screen. And I want to make sure I have a fresh Light Screen up for the end of the battle. Yep. Out goes that. I'm going to set up a light screen, and then I'm going to switch out. So we'll have fresh screens up against both of these Pokemon. So Lapras is asleep. Light screen will go up, and then I'm going to go out to my Hitmontop. And we actually can still Wish Pass with our Alomomola here, back and forth. So we still have that option. Ice Beam can still do a little bit of a chunk to that Hydro Pump miss. I'm actually just going to go for a Fake Out here, see how much it does. I'm actually just interested to see. I think he's going to switch out to that Claydol, which is quite alright. We can play the Switch games. Out comes the Claydol. Claydol is going to take this Fake Out, 12%. And then because I'm pretty sure the Psychic is inbound, I'm going to switch back out to Bronzong, who can eat up this Psychic. I know Hitmontop's specially investing in the light screen up, and we're still kind of burning our turns of screens being set up, but it's what it is. I kind of don't want to risk it. That won't do a whole lot. And that being said, I'm going to go out to Alomomola here to excuse me, to set up a Wish and pass it into Bronzong, because we're going to need to get some recovery. Rapid Spin, going to get rid of the rocks on his side of the field. We still have the ability to set up rocks with Bronzong, which will be very nice. We We need to clear this clay doll out. We need to clear this clay doll out. This thing is now a problem. We went from being in a really, really good position to being in a not so good position, which is kind of, which is very annoying. I'm kind of wishing I brought Toxic on this Aloe Malola to. I know the Lapras has heal bell, so it really wouldn't matter at a time like this, but we could force it into using heal bell. I think it's used 2 or 3 hydro pumps, so it shouldn't have all that many left. Wish is going to come in here and heal us all the way back up, and I'm actually just going to take this opportunity to set up another Stealth Rocks, get some more chip damage. And looking at the chat, which I know is off screen for you guys, it looks like our opponent has left. I don't know if it was a DC or if they just straight up left the battle. It just says they left in the chat, which could mean either one of those things. So we shall see. They have 40 seconds left, and to be honest, I don't mind taking this win. Because we kind of have it, and it just means we don't have to sit here for another hour and keep doing this. So we have 20 seconds left to reconnect. If they reconnect, we'll keep doing it and we'll get those Stealth Rocks up. But honestly, I think our opponent saw the eventuality of the fact that we revealed that we have Wish Pass on our Aloe Malola here, and make play. So that is going to be a 3-2-3-0 victory in our lead. So if you liked this battle, I know it's a bit of a long one, bit of a grindy one. We made a bit of assumptions and a few bad predictions and a few misplays. But if you like this battle, please go ahead and smash the hell out of that like button for us. And comment down below any set suggestions or team suggestions you would like to see in upcoming videos. We still have one more team builder for RU, and then we have our other series coming up. Go out and check any of the other battle videos, the Let's Play that's on the channel right now. Really appreciate it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me in the future. Any amount that helps this channel grow would be amazing. With all that being said, this is Pallet Town Smeargle signing off. Bye.